More and more women are making bigger bucks than their husbands these days. Time magazine just reported that in the country's top 140 cities, the median salary for young women is 8% higher than it is for young men. You can look at Hollywood couples to get some idea of how that might affect things. It's well chronicled that Jesse James cheated on Sandra Bullock, ending their marriage. Now a new study examines the science behind sleazy behavior. A researcher from Cornell found that men who bring in no outside income are 5 times more likely to cheat than men who earn the same amount as their wives or live-in partner. To understand why, Dr. Wendy Walsh joins us now. She's a psychologist and relationship expert. Wendy, what is this going on here? Well, you know, I don't know what to make of this. Could this just be about men who are trying to get back at their wives for being the breadwinner? Do they feel inferior? What's going on?
I don't think it's always kind of some repressed anger. I think it's often that men self-identify by being a provider, a protector, or having some kind of sexual prowess. So if they're not feeling like a big provider, it's a way that they can kind of massage their ego. And so if men, but you know, part of the study also said that if men make a whole lot more than their wife, then they also are more likely to cheat.
And women apparently who make a whole lot more than their husbands will do the same thing, right?
Yes, if the income gap is a lot bigger for either, because it sort of lends us to the thing, you know, if you think of somebody who climbs a corporate ladder, who's an entrepreneur who builds businesses, they're actually, while they're perceived by most people as having lots of self-confidence and self-esteem, they're usually driven by some kind of underlying sense of insecurity. So when they finally get to that place of power, then they want to continue to feed their ego with now sexual conquests, is what it is.
I want to bring up a full screen thing here and look at it here, where you say financial dependence also seems to have an opposite effect on women. Women who are very financially dependent on their partner were found to be 75% less likely to cheat than women who were the breadwinners. Now, why does financial independence play that big of a role for women?
I like to say, you know, we know when to not mess with the gravy train. We're pretty smart. No, the truth is that women can divert sexual energy, repress it, put it aside, if it's having to do with their survival and extracting resources from the environment. And, you know, we're seeing now fewer and fewer women who are completely dependent on their husbands because since the recession, a lot of very expensive male employees were laid off. So there are plenty of households now where women are making more than their husbands. And this is their concern. If they're making more than their husbands, is this going to beat up his self-esteem and make him more likely to be a cheater?
Yeah, men like being referred to as the environment, by the way. Let me ask you one quick question here before we go, and very quick on the answer here. How much of this might have nothing to do with psychology? What if it just has to do with opportunity? People who are complete slackers have time to cheat and run around. People who have a lot of money have the money to cheat and run around.
Well, I think it's both. I mean, I think that psychology is what? The environment meeting biological predisposition. So I think, yes, opportunity is something that plays into our psychology, but, you know, I think also money is power, and people use money in a powerful way.
All right, Wendy, thanks for joining us and breaking it down a little bit there. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.